For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz, and it's time for your daily dose of the doctor. I'd like to start by welcoming everybody from the Traders Expo and just show you one of the patterns that we talked about. Once again, this is the opening gap, the 2 standard deviation reversal move. And as I said, I'm going to be kicking out a lot of videos of this one in action. This is a first hour trade. Everybody loves the first hour stuff, so why not focus on it? Here is the opening gap scan. This is from the proprietary scan that I showed you how to set up at the Expo. We see that Tiffany is the only stock, TIF, that made that gap move first thing in the morning on Tuesday. So, bearing that in mind, let's have a look at the intraday 5-minute chart of Tiffany and see how we set up that trade. Here you have it. First bar is in, and the second bar is in. Second bar is the deepest bar in the pullback. That's what we talked about over the course of the session, both in London and Las Vegas. Let's take a look at what our most likely profit targets are on this one. First off, we're looking at an entry just below the lowest low of the pullback that would put us in about 109.20. First target at the low of that first bar of trading, 108.26. Big profit target on this move first thing in the morning. So figure if you're taking 1,000 shares, that's about $1,000. That is nothing to sneeze at. Then we can also look at those Fibonacci extensions that we talked about. Since that first bar is a wide range bar, the next logical place to look for a profit target is going to be on a Fib extension down to about 107.35, and then possibly as deep as 107.08, and then the final place to look for profit extension, 106.38. We'll take a look at how this one played out in a few seconds and talk about our money management options along the way. Here is what the day in Tiffany & Company turned out to be. Obviously very nice. If you are following the strategy that we talked about at the Expo, you can see here 109.41 was about the deepest that the next bar pulled up into the morning range. That entry point just below this bar around 109.20 got you all the way down to that first target at 108.24 down at the depth of the first bar of trading. Then we see that the Fib extension down to 107.34 also worked out, and that the retracement after that was up to that low, the first bar of trading, up to the 108.24. So if you were trailing down to that initial profit target, this would have taken you out. So you would have 50% out at this level to begin with, and the balance out at 107.34. Or if you were using 107.34 as your Fib target, then you would have had a 50% retracement exit on the 108.24 move higher. Ultimately, it did make it down to that 106.38 profit extension. So if you're a big picture trader and you didn't mind ratcheting stops in behind as this thing moved lower, TIF wound up being a great trade for the session. I understand I'm going to be seeing some of you at the boot camp in March. That's terrific news. We are going to work through lots and lots of great trading ideas. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you had a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. The best trader education anywhere, only from TraderInsight.com.